Shouldn't the state government rule over education than would the federal government?
Yes, I agree with that. I believe that the state should have the right.
And in a nation founded on the ideal of individual freedom, state rights ensures that level of government gains not too much power.
The Constitution does not guarantee our education. And the standardized testing, they need to revamp that too. They need to make it where it's for all races.
If certain states wanted to fund abortions, people can move to those states.
The Constitution implies a right to privacy in matters of contraception between married people. Planned Parenthood has been providing safe abortion procedures for over 30 years.
Federal law still has not mandated that marijuana is legal. It was left to the state to say if they wanted to make it legal or not.
Marijuana is a natural ingredient. It helps a whole lot of sick people with cancer.
This whole thing to me is like, it still should be left up to the states individually of how they would like to run their own state.
Myself and my colleague David will provide you with information on how paid maternity leave is not beneficial.
You have to reproduce, you have to do all that for society to keep on going, right? The least that the company should do is pay.
They lose over $220 million a year to support women that choose to have babies.
Not only are you dealing with the time-intensive job, you're also dealing with the time-intensive child as well.
They ultimately go and gravitate to being home with their child.
They are more willing to go back to work if they are paid.
Not only will financial stress be reduced, but the ripple effect through families are profound.
Yes, you are unique and yes, you are valuable, but if you're going for 3 months and you're the only person who can do your job, what will the company do? When you have a child, that is something that needs to be planned.
1.3% of African Americans and 1.4% of Hispanics ever access that $1 million bracket. When in reality, our nation has developed a system to suppress the aspiration of minorities.
When you're not getting that quality education, you aren't even applicable to go to college to receive the information that you do need to make it.
Do you have to go to college to attain the American dream?
Hard work simply isn't enough for my opportunities or lessons just because of where I come from.
We're learning to pull ourselves back together as a community from not knowing where we come from.
You should still have to work and find a way for your own self to be successful in life. And the American dream is based off of personal happiness.
9 times out of 10, if you're minimum wage job, you don't have government assistance. So with all that, you can still work hard to get to the American dream.
Hip-hop does not cause crime. Crime causes hip-hop. What hip-hop does is give social awareness and hope to the communities around the world.
Many of these people who are in the hip-hop industry, they started their career based off of violence.
Hip-hop is basically an open journal to what's going on in society.
Sometimes, people who are successful don't have an education.
If it's not positive, then it can't be allowed in the education system.
Teenagers in high school are not listening to positive rappers, period.
If students are engaged in learning as they listen to hip-hop, do you take issue with that?
Not with struggles that they're having, with being sad or anything. They talk about what people are facing.
Because at the end of the day, it's just, it's to give you a feeling and give you, a personality.
So there's obviously a double standard. Our lawmakers lobby against prostitution in Congress, but engage in it themselves.
So if you're gonna do it for free, you might as well do it for the fee.
I mean, I feel like you're basically obligated to do whatever your client says.
Texas can't hit you. Texas can't leave you on the side of the road.
When you make it illegal to do it, you're basically saying that I'm property, I'm an object.
It will open up a door for a career for another woman.
We can't find a consensus on how to make things safe.
1 in 5 black men, they do marry out of the race. And so that limits us black men.
Black women we don't take slack, we don't take BS. Every other race of women could be angry about anything they want to, but we're seen as bitter.
Although black men may date outside the race, they still get married to black women at a higher rate than any other race.
There is a percentage of black men that sometimes they can't get jobs or don't get jobs. They have a record in prison or something like that.
So we have laws that discourage or penalize marriage. Do you think that contributes to the decline in marriage?
Most marriages end with a divorce. It takes a community to raise a family.
Or to answer a question intelligently, you have to comprehend the question. And so, what does outdated mean?
This is a new modern society we live in where We don't see color, we don't see sexual orientation, we don't see that preference. We shouldn't see that preference. Marriage never even started off for really much love.
So to say love is new, I totally disagree with that point as well.
I'm an American, I have the right to be whatever I want to be.
And you say, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. There's a different level of intimacy that you endure.
You don't have to be married to have a true relationship. The Bible doesn't change people. You change yourself.
They wanted to get married, but they never filed the paper because they didn't want their taxes to go up.
Marriage is financially draining, or you don't have to be married in order to prove to someone that you love them.
That's a rapid decline we're seeing nowadays. And there's a reason why we see it, because marriage is outdated.
Would you support a police force for unarmed officers?
They will be armed. They will protect those citizens who become target.
Citizens have to be just as trained to deal with law enforcement.
It's cases to be made that they, also kill the Caucasians and the Hispanic community as well.
You're in a situation, what do? Hands in the air, drop to the ground.
As long as the public is accessible to the guns, I feel like that you shouldn't disarm the policeman.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.